so we are going live on Facebook. All right, so we are live on Facebook. We are live on Facebook. How are you all doing? How are you all doing? It's good to have you here. It's Part a Girl, a Woman campaign, Part a Girl, Part a Woman movement, and bone health awareness. Bone health awareness. I will be having so many speakers today. We'll be having a major speaker. I'm so excited to have her here today. I'll be following her, on TV network. I'll be following her on YouTube, and it's a pleasure having her today. And of course, believe me, this meeting today is going to bring, when I mean a mind shift in your life, a mind shift that you will also, be able to educate. I can remember some years ago when I was, a teenager, a young lady, I can remember it was a man that was coming those days, to our school to train us, to teach us on personal hygiene as a woman, what to do and what not to do. It was a man. It was a man. Wow. So I celebrate all the men here. So quickly, just give me 2 minutes, and also you, so that we can go on our Facebook landing and share. Just share. So let's give ourselves 2 minutes. You can check my Facebook page, Chioma Edosa or Part a Girl, and you will see the link there. Share. This is a meeting no one should miss. All right, so we are sharing. Please share, and invite everyone. Invite people. I wouldn't want anyone to miss this meeting today. Invite people, tag women that you know they need to be on this meeting. They need to be part of this meeting. And please, can you tell us where you joined from? Let's know. Please type in your country. You can type in your name. You can type in your country and let us know where you joined us from. Let's share and share. Hit that share button. Go on Facebook. Go on YouTube. We are there also on YouTube on Chioma Omoma Edosa. We are on Facebook, Chioma Omoma Edosa, and Part a Girl page. So you can see us. Please share and share and share. Share to WhatsApp group. Yes, you can also share to WhatsApp groups. Yes, share and let everyone be part of this meeting today. So what is this Zoom all about? Why are we here today? What are we talking about? You can see all these amazing women that are here today with us. And permit me to introduce all my co-hosts, the speakers for us. I will not introduce our next speaker because she will be the last and she will take over the floor. So permit me to introduce to you Mrs. Chinyere Ude. Mrs. Chinyere Ude is a registered nurse here in the USA. You can see we are talking about women's health today. So we are careful about the speakers we are bringing in. And also we have here today Lady Stella Eke. Lady Stella Eke is the Honorable Commissioner of Nigerian Association of Girl Guides. Nigeria Association of Girl Guides. And of course, she is also here to tell us how they'll be going about this campaign, going about this movement, and all the things they've been experiencing. She is here. So let's celebrate. You can celebrate all the speakers today, all our guests. You can send an emoji, you can send some love and celebrate them. And also here today, Mrs. Ogechi Nwosu. She is a health worker also. And all these people, they are here today so we can share our experiences. We can share our experiences as women, our experiences as healthcare workers. We can share our experiences to ensure that we give back to the society. That is the major purpose of this meeting. We want to be enlightened. We want to be educated. What is Pod a Girl all about? What is Bone Health Movement? What is it all about? Are we ready? You ready? Are we excited? And now I want to introduce myself formally. I'm Pastor Mrs. Choma Omoma Edosa. I'm a pastor with my husband in Christ Integrity Global Ministry. I'm a guidance and counselor, of course, a life insurance agent. I'm an educator, a school owner, a co-founder of Noble Seed Montessori School. I'm also a co-founder and administrator in Innovative School Executives. It's a global platform for school owners and teachers. I'm a realtor, a senior partner with a real estate company. Of course, currently I'm a preschool teacher. I'm a marriage counselor, a life coach, and an entrepreneur. And of course, I have other things that I do. And who is my main speaker today? Wow. 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 Meet our main speaker today. And she is no other person than Polani Modimong. I hope I pronounced her name correctly. My leadership, please, when you come on board, you will help me. Of course, she is the distributor and a global product specialist. When I mean a global, I don't want to talk too much. I will leave her. When she come on board, you will understand better why we carefully decided and said she is the one that should come today to talk to us about this critical issue. I was going over a write-up by somebody some days ago. It was like the person just knew that this is a campaign we are starting, and she was just saying, I want to celebrate, I want to congratulate every woman that takes care of her vagina, that takes care of her private part. It is something we don't want to talk about, but I'm telling you, it is an issue that we should talk about, and that is why we are here today. These are women supporting each other. These are women that want to give back to the society. And like I said, she is a product specialist. She has a YouTube channel and 2 shows where she does trainings every week. She also has an academy where she trains aspiring long-range product specialists. Of course, Leader Polani is also a director in a company called Trained to Tech, Trained to Teach Trial. Trained to Teach Trial, a company that trains and develops staff in companies, aspiring early childhood develop. Wow, I didn't know she's also in the same line, the same industry with me. Oh, I love early childhood. Do you know why I love early childhood? Because that is the foundation. That is where we impact our children to become who they will be. So I love early childhood. I am so passionate about it. And I thank God I'm also involved in this movement. So she's also, inspiring early childhood development teachers and have youth development programs. Wow. With no formal medical qualification, Leader, of course, Mrs. Polani is breaking barriers using her mechanical engineering and sales background. It's about passion. When you are passionate about anything, you can make your research, you can develop yourself because you want to give back to the society. You want people to be informed. You want people to be educated. She's a mother of 2 lovely girls. You can see. So she's also in a good position to talk to us today about Pod a Girl, an Harvard healthpreneur that loves impacting knowledge to save and transform lives. So please, everyone, Can you join me this moment as we welcome our main speaker today? Please send those fire emoji. Please, I want you to share some love as we welcome, our guest for today. Are we excited? Are you super excited?
Yes.
Sending those fire emoji. Keep sending those fire emoji. Yes, leader. Go ahead. You have the floor. All right. Okay. I will start. Yes. I will start by, asking you, a question. Why, you open the floor. We are talking about part a girl, part a woman. We're talking about both, the young girls. We're talking about the young adults. And we're also talking about the elderly women, the older women. So and we know, of course, when we shared our flyer, we also talked about, people need to be informed why they should use a good pad, why women should go for good pad. And that is the major focus today. So please, leader, what are the risks of using underdeveloped sanitary napkins?
Right, good morning, everyone. How is everyone? For the leaders that know me, I have too much energy, so I'm bringing a lot of fire in this training. So, the dangers of using poorly developed sanitary napkins is recurring infections. So the recurring infections, we're talking about even as far as fibroids, as far as women cancers like cervical cancer, ovarian cancers. We're talking about premenstrual pains, dysmenorrhea. We're talking about even an imbalance of hormones. That's how bad this thing is. And we are also talking about the longevity of your life, because the type of pad that you're using also determines the length of how long you as a woman or a girl are going to live.
Wow.
So yes, it's hectic.
I love that part that you said, the longevity of your life. The longevity of your life. So does it mean that women that don't use good sanitary napkin, they can't live long? You mentioned it, and also, yes, and also you mentioned it also has to do with infection. It also, has to do with fibroid. Please, leader, we want you to go deep and educate us. Let us be informed, because you find that when it has to do with life, we need to be very careful about what we use. I've seen so many women, we take care of our hair, we love our makeup, but when it comes to inside us as a woman, what gives us that dignity, you find out that we pay less attention. So please, can you go on and let every woman here and every man here that has a woman, a girl in his or her life will understand and know the need while a woman should take care of her inside. Yes.
Okay. All right. Leaders, I hope everyone has got their calculators, because I love giving stats as well, because stats give perspective. All right. And they also give context of why we are all here. All right. So in 2018, so that is when, just now, 3 years ago, in 2018, an estimated 570,000 women were diagnosed with cervical cancer worldwide. 570,000 women were diagnosed with cervical cancer worldwide. And of that number, about 311,000 women died from that cervical cancer. Now, the World Health Organization have said that women having all of these gynecological problems also stems from poor use of sanitary napkin use during menstruation. Okay, so even the World Health Organization knows about this. So, and the World Health Organization says it totals to 62%, over 62% of gynecological diseases stem from us using poorly developed sanitary napkins. So if we say that, let's say there's 10 women, that's 62%. More, it says more than 62%. So more than six, if there's 10 women, more than 6 out of 10 women have got some kind of gynecological disease. All right. So this thing is very serious. It's not 1, 2, 3, we are done. These sanitary napkins, the problem with these sanitary napkins is that they are produced from recycled paper materials, all right, containing print ink as well. And when we say recycled, it means that it's washed. So we also beg the question, washed with what? One of the elements is chlorine, all right? And imagine chlorine having contact with the most sensitive part of a woman, because we all know that the vagina, we women, we all know that the vagina is highly absorbent and it's got a thin layer inside. So the vagina is highly absorbent. So whatever pad that you use, the material that it's made of, one way or the other, will end up in your bloodstream. So this is what happens. So these pads is poor quality material, and the last layer is always plastic. Where have you seen plastic allowing for proper circulation? Nowhere. So it means the quality of the pad is bad. Remember, it's also washed with chemicals, chlorine, right? And then the last layer is plastic. So it builds up a nice environment for all the bad bacteria to manifest. By the way, do you know that who report that indicates that 2 hours after a woman puts on her pad, all right, about 107 different germs develop per cubic centimeter of the surface area of the pad. Let that sink in. Right. So when pressure is applied by sitting on the pad, because paper isn't absorbative enough, the pad allows a backflow of the blood into the woman's reproductive system. So the blood goes back. And remember, the pad is made with poor quality material. It's washed with the chlorine, and it also has a byproduct called dioxin and furan. And by the way, dioxin are also known as persistent environmental pollutants. And dioxin lasts about 7 to 11 years in a woman's system. So imagine how many times do you use a sanitary napkin? So normally in the lifespan of a woman that uses pads, even tampons, guys, nobody is safe. Even tampons are made with poor quality material. So we use the pads for about 16,800 times in our lifespan. So we expose our most sensitive area 16,800 times to the chlorine, to the dioxins, to the furans, to unknown chemical fragrances. And then we wonder why female cancers are so much on the rise in the last 15 to 20 years. All right. So remember, I said that the sanitary pad, the material is already of poor quality. Now you put pressure on it, you sit like how we sit now, and then the whole, wow, now it's a whole love story, which which ends badly. So now, with the bad material as well, it's unfortunate that a lot of us, I'm going to give you all homework. Go to a retail store, get whatever pad, all right? You will find that most of these pads, you see that where our end iron strip is, if you scratch it with your nail, you'll see it comes off. It's water paint, right? So imagine water paint plus other bad materials all going up back into your reproductive system. I hope we're together, leaders. So that strip on the pads, the retail pads, it's the paint, it's water paint. I mean, come on. So it's water paint, it's the chemicals, it's the byproducts, the dioxins, the furans, it's the plastic. No wonder we're having so many problems. So this implies that as the woman is bleeding, wearing this kind of a pad and no air enters the woman's system. Remember, it's plastic at the end, right? And because of this, warmth develops between the pad and her private part. With the moisture from the blood, this area becomes a breeding ground for germs. Fermentation takes place, hence the reason the pads are smelly when removed after use. It's something called situational environment. All right, and remember I said who reports? They indicate that 2 hours of a woman putting on the pads, about 107 different germs develop per cubic centimeter of the surface area of the pad. All right, let's not wonder anymore. The pads that we buy at the retail stores, they are meant to harm us, not to give us life. All right. So not knowing, most women not knowing what's happening, they think it's normal. No, it's not. So this is why I will introduce our long reach sanitary napkin. The nice part about our sanitary napkin is that it's got a 360-degree wrapping. Okay. So even as women, we put our pads, we just throw them in the bag. So there's no debris from your bag that's going to get in here. All right. So here's where the magic is with the long reach pads. First of all, long reach pads are not made from recycled material. By the way, our cotton is organic. It's not the one that's grown, which most pads are made of. Grown. Right. I was saying organic. It's organic cotton, not grown cotton. Why this is very important? Why this is important is because if it's grown cotton, remember pesticides. So it means the pads at retail stores, most of them have also got pesticide residue on them. The long reach one doesn't have that because it's 100% organic cotton. I hope we're together. I hope we're also taking notes. Now, the other thing is that our pad is highly absorbent. Remember, it's got hydrogel, right? It's highly absorbent. You don't have that sticky, mushy feeling, like every hour you want to take your pad off. Thank you, Notando. Thank you, Notando. Every hour you want to take your pad off because it's not a conducive environment when you're wearing a pad from the retail store. The other thing is that our pad has got anion. Now, the nice part about the anion, I need to mention this. Remember, I said you get what you call it, different germs, right? You get different germs because you're sitting. The environment allows for the different germs to develop as well. The nice part about the anion is that it purifies the air and increases the amount of oxygen as well as moisture. And remember, our last layer, you can actually see the holes with your naked eye. It's not plastic. You can see the holes with your naked eye. All right. And the nice thing is that our anion also prompts with the friction. Remember, you're sitting, you're moving around. With the friction, it can prompt the strip to release anions, about 4,000 to 6,000 per cubic centimeters. So this is why our pad, you don't have that mushy feeling, that feeling of discomfort, the itchiness, all those stories, not with the long reach pad. So if you want to preserve your life, please get yourself the long reach pad and panty liners as well. Because they also help the endocrine system to function, I always tell people, you need to understand the function of an endocrine system. It is like the master hormone, which controls all the other hormones. It controls your emotions, it controls the way you sleep. That's some of the things that the endocrine system does. It's also responsible for your reproductive system. So it protects you holistically, 100%. I would never, my kids, I have 2 kids. My firstborn is 19, my lastborn is 12, right? Since I joined Longreach in 2018, they started using the pads in 2019. They used to suffer a lot from discomfort, from the whole itchiness and the mood swings. Remember the mood swings as well, ladies. Remember, we get a lot of moods because we're just frustrated. So our long reach pads also helps balance that mood, those mood systems. Leader Chioma, are you happy? Can I move on to calcium?
Yes, I think what I also want to tell everyone that has joined us today is not about long reach that we are talking about today, but about the woman's health. You know, when you have a knowledge, when you have something that you feel others should know, you will tell others. That is what we are doing today. We are trying to rewrite some wrongs. People have been exposed to underdeveloped sanitary napkin, and this is the knowledge and research, and that is why Leader Polani is telling you, go and make your own personal research. And there was something that she said that just got my interest. She said, a woman using underdeveloped sanitary napkin, you are putting your life under risk 6,800 times. Unknown chemical. 60, oh my God.
6,800 times, yes. In your lifespan, 800 times, yes.
60,800 of our life. No wonder you are seeing so many women now. Where does this fibroid came from? Where does some of all this you see a woman battling inching? Where did it come from? Why is that long? Infertility, I am telling you, is that long use. So today we are going to, talk about this, how it's affecting women and how we can start educating others. If you are here, that is what we want you to do today, to go and educate others so that we can reduce. I want to share something. It's not going to be a good sight, but we are we are here on a training so that we can also understand what we are talking about here. Few days ago, there was someone I introduced, to this pad. This was exactly what she told me. She told me that she had fibroid. And one time she sent me this picture and said, something came out of my body. I said, wow, what happened? Do you have fibroid? She told me yes. This was, if you check this date, it was August 28th. And this was her message to me a few days ago. And she told me what? Look at what she told me. More things are coming out. And this is what she told me. Another one came out. Please, can you read this message? She said, I told her this is indeed a testimony. He said, I thank God for having you around. Look at her. She said, you have saved my life and my womb. She told me she went to the hospital. She told me she went to the hospital. And of course, you know what it means for a woman to have this kind of issue. And she went to the hospital. So this is what we are talking about today. So come to think of it, leader, if I may ask you before we move, to the next question, do you think that using this sanitary napkin you are recommending today can reduce the risk of women having fibroid? Do you think it can reduce it?
Most definitely, without a doubt. Most definitely, without a doubt.
You see? So that is what we are talking about today, women's health. Women's health. So, and I know, of course, the woman's health, when it has to do with, monthly cycle, menstruation, it also has something to do with our bone. I know it has to do with our bone because we reproduce, we conceive, we carry pregnancy, we deliver children. So what do you have to tell us about bone health? The challenge. Yes.
Before I start with the bone health, let me repeat what I said in that video that you meshed up for us. That this number of over 300,000 women dying, succumbing to cervical cancer year on year, increases. This is according to the World Health Organization. Increases on with a rate of 30% every year. So take 30% of 300,000. That's 90,000. More women who are going to die this year. We're not even talking about COVID. So cervical cancer on its own is a pandemic. Women disease on their own, it's a whole subject and a pandemic on its own. 90,000 extra women will be dying this year, over and above the 300,000 number. You need to be woke.
So how do you think this can be prevented? How do you think it can be prevented and it can be reduced? Like we're talking about cervical cancer. I know it's dealing with so many women. Some of us were even scared when they call us to come for, tests, palpation and all that. Many of us are running away from it because we know what will be, the result. We are scared to hear the results. So what can we do? What can mothers do to help their daughters? What can women do to help themselves and save themselves from, this?
Well, I would like to commend you with this Peda Girl, Peda Woman, and Bone Health movement. Let us start. We're creating awareness, right? Because without us creating awareness, women are never going to know if there is an actual problem. So we create awareness. That's a start. Number two, we provide the solution. We tell them that, hey, there is a solution to this problem that we're creating awareness about. Number three, everybody needs to switch to proper pads. And you know, the other thing that I actually forgot to mention, leadership, is that in 2018, all right, in 2018, there are top 20 countries, okay? Top 20 countries with the highest cervical cancer burden. The top 20. Of the top 20 countries, 19 belonged in Africa, or should I say belongs in Africa. So 19 out of the 20 countries with the highest rate of cervical cancer belong in Africa. The highest number, the first country is Swaziland. Swaziland has the highest incidence of cervical cancer, followed by Malawi. Let's stop wondering what's happening. And then more than 85% of the women affected are young and undereducated women who live in the world's poorest countries. We're talking about cervical cancer here. So it's a pandemic. I mean, one woman dies of cervical cancer every 2 minutes. Every 2 minutes, a woman dies of cervical cancer, and every minute, a woman is diagnosed with cervical cancer. Hello.
Oh.
So if that doesn't shock you, so the thing is, do your yearly checkup. That's the other thing. When you reach the right age, do your yearly checkups, because early detection is also a lifesaver. Early detection is also a lifesaver. So that's all I had to add, leadership.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for that. So when it has to do with bone health, our bone health, what women and young girls need calcium, because when we're talking about bone health, we are also campaigning that women and young children should take a calcium. So why do you think that women and young girls need a calcium?
Okay. Now, the thing that most of us know, like when we watch television, what we know calcium, they always say it's for strong bones and teeth. It's much more than that. You need calcium for your heart. You need calcium for your muscles. You need calcium for your nervous system as well. So for you to walk and jump and do whatever you do normally, you need calcium. It's not just for healthy bones and teeth. So that's the reason why. And the thing is, when before with girls and boys, when we grow up, before our teens, our bone develops in the same rate, right? But as soon as we hit being what you call puberty, after puberty, however, men tend to acquire more bone mass than women. All right.
Don't
so
unmute yourself. Sorry, leadership. Please don't unmute yourself so that you don't break. Yeah. Go ahead.
So having a high peak bone mass early in life reduces the risk of what we call osteoporosis. Therefore, women are more likely to have osteoporosis than men. So this is a problem. This is a problem. Women suffer more from bone disease more than men. The other thing that contributes to us having bone issues is that we go on our menses, menstruation, we lose blood, so we lose calcium. We also we give birth as well. So calcium is a must. And the other thing, with the lack of calcium, you will develop high blood pressure. You will also develop some form of heart disease. So calcium is not, hey, we just want for health and teeth. No, it's also for your nervous system. It's also good for your heart. It's also good for your blood pressure as well. So this is why we need calcium. Calcium deficiency, ladies and gents, calcium deficiency, it can lead to dental changes. I think all of us know that. But the unspoken thing is that it can also lead to cataract. That's what a condition of the eyes. Deficiency of calcium can also lead to cataract. It alters, it causes alterations in the brain, right? It causes osteoporosis, like I said. It also causes hormone disruption. We're talking about lack of calcium here. Hormone disruption and abnormal blood clotting. So we need the calcium for our blood as well, that it doesn't clot. Remember, if it clots, you're high risk for either heart attack, some form of heart disease, or stroke. So we all need calcium, whether we like it or not, every age. But the older you are, unfortunately, the older you are, the more calcium you need.
Wow.
All right, because now, especially with us women after menopause, our estrogen levels go down, so we need to take more of the calcium because of that as well. And we become higher risk for heart disease because of the lower estrogen.
Wow.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that is about it that I'm going to say about the calcium.
Wow, I think I'm hearing this for the first time, that lack of calcium also affects one's heart. Oh my God. Whenever I hear about calcium, yes, you say something about cataract too. So when I hear about calcium, I always think of bone, teeth. Yes, teeth. So it's a call for everybody, everyone, that we need calcium. Thank you, my leader. I think I will call you back again. I want to go over to our next speaker. Yes, our next speaker for today. We can see her. She's Mrs. Chinyere Ude. She is a registered nurse in the US. So we are going to hear from the health aspect, what she thinks about this calcium we are talking about today. So, ma'am, I want to ask you, do you think that women, young girls, they are getting enough calcium? Because, people would say, oh, I eat bone, I take milk, I do this, I do that. Are they really getting enough calcium, ma'am? Okay. Unmute yourself, ma. Unmute yourself.
I'm sorry, I didn't even know that I muted myself. Yeah, that's a very good question. A lot of people will say, yes, they are. But the thing is this, for them to be able to know if they're actually getting enough calcium, they have to know what's the symptoms of inadequate calcium in the system, what it is, which is medically is called hypocalcemia. They're supposed to find out if they are having symptoms of having muscle cramps and spasms. If they are having such symptoms, they will know that they are not having enough calcium, or when they start having memory loss or confusion, or when they start having a tingling in the fingers, in the feet, and also hands, you know that you are not getting enough calcium. And also, calcium also has to do with affecting brain, and make you to start hallucinating and depression. So a lot of our people, yes, they would say, yes, they're getting enough calcium to the body. But honestly, when you have this, you know that you are not enough symptom. And just like the first speaker said, yes, calcium is very good system to the body because we need it. Our hearts need calcium to function properly. Our muscles need calcium to function properly. When she said about the eyes and the nose, yes, that's part of what we call that contains the body of nerves, our nerves, which is include the eyes, the every part of the nerves, which is contains about 12 nerves in the system. All that parts needs calcium in order for it to properly function. And when you don't have enough, calcium intake in your body, it contributes to the development of osteoporosis. It doesn't matter the age. So osteoporosis is not, yes, people will say, yes, when you get to the age of 50s, yes, it will contribute to that. But it's good to also take that in order to prevent it early, not to have early osteoporosis to our health. And again, sometimes I would say it's good, yes, it's good to take supplements. Supplement is good, and also eating some food that contains a lot of calcium. but the foods are not enough because we need supplements in order to supplement things that the food cannot even give us. And what are the 8 stages that we need? What do we actually need? How many do we need per day for us to be able to say that we have enough in the body? That's Before I go to that, one thing I love about long reach calcium, I thought I would have been home by now in order to show you guys that it contains calcium, iron, and zinc, which is a very powerful three continents things in one. Um, when they say a
I got
child
you,
of
my leader. I got calcium here. This is it.
uh,
I got you.
which thank you so much. You see, when you look at it, it's very good. When they say a child of 4 years will take it, they know what they are saying. Because from 1 to 3 years can consume about 700 milligram per day of calcium. And 4 to 8 years can consume up to 1,000 milligram per day. So calcium, and not only that, the long range one is very good. You are taking it and you're also taking iron, which is good to the body to promote your for you not to be deficiency in losing to not to be anemic to anemic. Because when you don't have blood, it's like being dead because there's not enough oxygen going to your brain. So we need not just taking supplement, we also need to know how much are we taking a day. Are we actually taking enough per day that is the body is supposed to contain in order for it to be able to function properly? And again, if I'm not, yeah, I know that we also have vitamin C also. Long reach have vitamin C, right? If I'm not mistaken, I don't even know.
Yes,
But
my leader.
yes, I would like us also, this is another thing that we have to throw into to long reach for them to see if they can start to do vitamin D as well. Because vitamin D, our body need vitamin. Black people, that's one thing that the research, I didn't have the time to be able to get the research. That's why a lot of Black people suffer a lot with arthritis and osteoporosis, because Black people, we need vitamin D. Our body needs vitamin D. So, and vitamin D helps to absorb calcium properly to the body. So if that's another thing that when we go, I would tell the leaders when they go to a meeting to tell long reach people to see if they can also start to produce vitamin D, because it's also very, very important to the health. So far now, and I will stop because I don't want to take all the.
Wow, wow. Thank you so much, ma'am. You've just said so much. There is one particular point you mentioned. It said, if you what will also make one to find out or discover if you are taking enough calcium is when you start experiencing memory loss. So
Yeah.
many of us, we always think, oh, it's when people are aging. But even as a young person, check yourself very well. It comes. Those times that you just need to, I need to recall, where did I keep this? That's how it starts. So it's just a call to tell everyone there are things that are important to our health we shouldn't neglect. There are things that are important to our health we shouldn't neglect. So, ma'am, I know you are also part of this movement of Pad a Girl, a Woman and Bone Health Challenge. So, are we just going out there, to give away pad calcium to women and women? Are there things that you feel is part of this movement that is necessary so that we can be able to pass the message across and well? Yep.
Oh yes, we are not just there just to just go and share pads. You also have to make an awareness about about health. Because some people using pad, a lot of young girls doesn't know the meaning of hygiene. When they use some pad, a lot of people, pad. Some girls can use one pad till from morning till night, which is not hygienic. Yeah, because women, our private part is very open. So we're supposed to know that pad is something that you have to change, even if it's not that full. But when you start to see black clots, black this thing on your pad, you know that it's time to change. Even if it's not yet full, it's very important to go and change, because it's very hygienic to always keep your private part clean. And when you try to do that, you have a smell, you smell fresh, smell good in yourself. But when we have to also let them know that the reason we are sharing the pad is not just to give them pad. I want them, they need to also understand the meaning of using pad in a correct way to be very hygienic to the body. They need to know that awareness is not just showing them awareness, and also for them to know the correct pad to be using. Because yes, they have so many pads to be out there, but there is certain things. One thing I love about the language pad is because of the anon, the magnetic anon that is in there. Some people don't know that that pad prevents, abdominal pain, cramps when women are during their period. That thing alone, it makes you feel free and clean and smell good. It's something that is natural. It's not, they do not use their pad to the pad itself, something that is safe and is very organic. But a lot of pads that I've used in the past before I joined language, when you use it, within 5-10 minutes, within a couple of hours, it started like tearing, and you see yourself inside your private parts. You see yourself getting out certain things that is from that, which is not supposed to be the right thing, as a young girl or a woman is supposed to experience. So going out there, we also have to tell them, show awareness, and also go there, not just and tell them the reason why love is good, and the reason why it's good for the health, and it's very hygienic. That's what I can say at the moment.
Wow, thank you so much, ma'am, for bringing this home. So this Pad a Girl movement, for every one of us that want to join it, we are not just going out there, to, distribute the pad, give away calcium, but we are also going to educate both young, women and, and older women. So that is what we are going out there to do. So I want to invite now my next speaker. I've been trying, to pin her. I don't know if she's here. Maybe she will say something. Lady Stella Eke, are you here, ma'am? I've been trying to check out and see her using her name, but I couldn't. Are you here, ma'am?
Yes, yes, I'm here.
Okay, please, my co-host, can you help me pin her? Our co-host, please, if you can help me. Let me see if I can.
What's the name she's using, please, ma'am?
Stella Eke.
Stella Eke. Okay, I'm looking for Stella Eke on the list. Did you join through Facebook or through the Zoom?
She's on Zoom.
I joined through the Zoom.
Okay, I'm looking for your name, ma'am.
It's like Galaxy.
Galaxy J4.
Okay.
Galaxy J4.
Can you show your face, ma'am?
Okay.
Yes. Okay, I think I've gotten her.
All right.
Okay. All right. So we are having, yes, she's here with us. So we are having Lady Eke as the Honorable Commissioner of Nigerian Girl Guides Association. And they've been on this campaign. Let me just share with us, part of the things they have been doing. They've been on this campaign, distributing pads to young girls and older women. You can see it. It is part of their vision, of Nigerian Girl Guides Association, empowerment on menstrual hygiene management. So it is what they have been doing, and we want her today to share with us. We want you to share with us, ma'am, what you have witnessed, out there in the field, what you have witnessed during the distribution of, pad. What are the challenges faced by young girls, both young and older women, both in the rural and urban areas? Because I've seen your pictures, by voluntary contribution, sponsor of people, what you people have been doing. So what are the challenges? What are your experiences out there? Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, unmute yourself, ma'am. Yeah.
Are you hearing me now?
Yes.
Okay. Nigerian girl guides have been on this movement for some time now. Our experiences are enormous. But one paramount...
Ma'am, please, can you turn your camera on too? Yes. Oh, you're muted, ma. No, we can't hear you. You're muted. Okay, we can hear you now. Yes, we are hearing you. You can go ahead.
Okay. Oh, they said my video is stopped again. Okay, my experience, one of the paramount experiences that we have is that most of the young girls and the young women are not aware. They don't have sufficient information on what they should use and what they shouldn't use. They don't know what it...
Oh, wow.
I think we lost her there.
It's like we lost her.
Are you with me?
Okay, yes.
Yes, ma'am. Welcome back.
I said that some of them that are in the city, young women that are working, does not even know the value of good and healthy pads. They have the money to buy the pads because in the rural areas we suffer of poverty. We suffer of low income. The problem we have there is low income. They can't afford high cost pads. So they use tissue paper, they use pieces of cloth, they use
Ma'am, we're not hearing you. Maybe you will exit and...
They use them, and when they get sent. Now?
Yes, we're hearing you now.
Okay. I said most of the problem is in the rural areas is poverty. They do not have money or they don't have access to money to buy some of these good hygienically produced pads. So they use tissue paper. But in the city, in the urban areas, they have the money, but they don't have the information. They don't know the pads that are good. So they require this information. They require this campaign, this awareness in their different schools, in their different zones. And some people that are working do not know. Just recently, a friend of mine said she has infection and she... Are you with me?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. A friend of mine was infected with this vaginal infection. She said she doesn't know where she got it from. She went to the hospital, they gave her drugs. She came close to me and was telling me her story. I told her, why don't you try this panty liner? Since she has tried the insert drugs and all those things she mentioned. And I want to tell you that her testimony as of yesterday is that she does not feel the itches anymore. So many people have the money. They have the money, but they don't have the information. They are not aware of the paths that they should use or the importance and the significance of the path. Importance and the significance of the pads that they are using. That is one of the problems that our research has shown. It has shown that people have the money, especially those of them that are in the cities. Pastor Shola will say, where would you wear a wig of 200,000, 40,000, and you use a pad of 250, which is even life-threatening? You know, some of them don't know the advantages of using like long reach pads. Most of them don't know. Like this, my friend that I'm talking about, she's a working class, but she has never used. She uses other parts, but she has never used long reach because she believes it's expensive. In fact, she doesn't even know that it has advantages. One of the teachers that is in my school, I run a school. Well, one of the teachers that is in my school, I gave her the panty liner. I told her that somebody is giving out panty liners for women that are above menses, that she should use it. It will be very good for her. She said she used to hear like stories. She doesn't know that it is effective. I said, it is very effective. I am a testimony. I've used it myself. And I can tell you that it's very, okay, use this one and get back to me. And so one of the problems that we have is information, awareness. How can people know the value and the worth or the importance of using hygienically prepared pads? And then in the rural area, we battle with money. Somebody asked me, if you give them pads today, will you give them tomorrow? What's the essence of giving them the pads? So I told them that one of the important things is knowing what to do and doing the right thing. So that even when the money is available, they will know the right ones, the right choices as far as it has to do with pads to do. Yes. That is why we are giving it. We are not giving it because they do not have money.
Wow. Yes, we are with you, ma'am. You're raising strong points. So with this information that you have gotten today about, good sanitary napkin, about calcium, what are the plans? Because there are other people here. This is not all about, padding a girl, padding a woman in Nigeria, but we are doing it across Africa, in the United States. I have a lot of friends that are part of this movement. People have already started distributing, this part. So what are the plans so that you can share, so that other people, what are the plans, that the Nigerian presently of which you are part of? What are the plans you have? How you are going to create awareness, how we are going to distribute this pad and calcium, and it will yield results.
Okay, first of all, tomorrow evening we are going to a particular community in Nigeria, and we are going to distribute this pad and give them this information. We have people that are going to give, facilitators that are going to help us give this information to about 500 young women and young girls. We have made announcements in the villages.
Wow.
We have made announcements in churches. Yes, we have made announcements in the villages, in the churches, in the women groups, and we have asked them to gather at their community hall. So tomorrow we are going to be giving them the information and giving them the pads as well, and giving them the calcium. One of the pastors who I said she's interested. She wants to be there. In fact, she has donated their megaphone for us to use. The community itself has also given us a hall free of charge for us to use. A particular woman in that community has given us some other logistics like refreshments, so that we leave it for her. That is an important thing that we are coming to do. So tomorrow we'll be in that village launching the first awareness campaign for that community, and we believe that it's going to yield fruit. And for all other communities that we want to go to, and the secondary schools, we want to go to Federal Government Girls College, Imo State Girls College, and all of them, even private schools, we want to visit them. We want to give them this information. For other communities that we want to visit, we are also campaigning for a facilitator so that people can come up and own up this. So many people that have tried it too. We have matrons in some of the schools. We are going to give them this information beforehand so that by the time we get there, we have a crowd to talk to and people to mentor into using hygienically produced sanitary pads.
Wow, this is getting me so emotional now. So it's not all about, talking to women, but it's about we are fighting now against cervical cancer. So if all of us can come together and say we want to fight against cervical cancer, we want to fight against, infertility, inching, fibroid, I think we will contribute our part to make the world a better place. So, ma'am, I know you told me something about will be officially launching it on is it Girl Child Day or something like that. So
yes,
do you still need
International Girl Child Day?
Okay, international. Wow. So International Girl Child Day is coming up. So if you are here on this
Yes,
Zoom,
on the 11th of October.
Oh, on the 11th of October. So it's really a right timing. We should go ahead and educate people. We should go ahead and share this information to people. I want to call us school owners, private school owners. Parents can afford this pad. You can as well give out this pad. Give the right information, because from what Lady Stella have said, people lack information. People lack information, and that's why you are here today. And I am here today. So thank you very much, ma'am. As we have heard it, they need facilitators, they need sponsors so that we can make this movement. You can see the picture I'm sharing. This is what they have been doing. But now she has a better, information that they are going to be sharing with people out there. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. So now we're going to go back to our last speaker before I will invite, Leader Polani to have her last speech. So Leader Oge, Mrs. Ogechi Anosike is also a health worker. Co-host, can you help me mute everyone?
Down, baby. Hold on.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, Leader, I think help me mute Lady Stella.
Okay.
Please, if you have any question, Leader Pulani will be coming. You can ask. I will give room for 1 or 2 questions. Then on Facebook, please, my co-host, help me to also check if we have people on Facebook that has questions. So start dropping in your question, because as Lady Polani will be coming, she'll be handling all questions and we'll be rounding up for today. So Leader Ogechi is also a health worker, and she's here, she is also part of this movement. So Leader Oge, I would want to give you room now, to address us and to talk to us. What is this? Because we'll be talking about Padegel. People may not really know. So what is this Padegel? What is this vision? Padegel, Woman and Bone Health Challenge. What is this call all about? Yeah.
Thank you, Leader Choma. Padegel, Woman too. This is all about sensitizing the girl, child, the woman, and telling them about the quality sanitary napkin or sanitary towel to use. That is what we're talking about. We want to sensitize people, tell them this is the best thing to use, this is not okay, this is okay. We want to tell them about cervical cancer and how they can avoid it. We want to educate them about how they can take calcium and how it will help their body and their bones. We've had a lot from the speakers here that they told us the things that happens to our bodies when we lack calcium in our body. We had what happens to our body when we have cervical cancer. A lot of women have all these issues, have infections, have things, even odor. Some people, when they are menstruating, you can't get close to them. I see they can't go out, they can't mingle with people because of the odor. So this part of the girl vision is about sensitizing people about quality napkin, cervical cancer, and then about the calcium intake. Again, we want to reduce the risk of fibroid. So if you use a quality sanitary napkin or the panty liner, it will reduce it. Like the pictures that Pastor Choma showed us here, we saw a woman discharging a lot of things because she used this long reach sanitary napkin. So those are the things that we want to talk about. And our mission in this project is to pad at least 5,000 girls in urban places and in rural places. 5,000 girls and women. That is our mission. But we
Before
can
the
exceed
end of
that
this year.
5,000 with your help. 5,000 is just the mark, but we can exceed it with your help. Because like in Nigeria, a box of panty liner pad is 31,500 naira. Here in the US is $97, and other parts of Africa have different prices too, in according to where they come from. So I will ask us and I will indulge us to at least donate. If it's in Nigeria, if you donate 5,000 naira or donate 2,000 naira, it will help us to pad one girl. It will encourage us to pad one girl. This is a mission that we hope to accomplish before the end of December. And thank God, because of this program that is coming on, the Honorable Commissioner talked about the International Girl Child Day that's coming up on the 11th of October. This is something that's gladdened my heart. It means that this project came up at a good time. This is a good timing for this thing. So I want to encourage us to reach out to us. We have a Facebook page that you can reach us through, or reach out to different leaders. We have different leaders. We have the commissioner. We have different leaders everywhere, and we're still raising leaders so that you can reach them for us to achieve this aim. If you tell us that you want to support us with one box of pad or one box of panty liner, you can tell us, go to this village. I'm giving you 10 boxes of pad. Go there and enrich and touch the lives of girls there. We will go there. We have leaders everywhere. We send those leaders down there to go and talk to those girls and women over there and impact their lives with the pad. Like somebody told you, told us here, he said, when you use long reach panty liner, you will not feel ache. All this pain, I've never thought menstrual pain or cramp, but people feel it. So if you use it, you will not feel it. We're not talking about other pads, but we're talking about a pad that will know the quality, not quantity. The quality of what you're using. So let us, as much as it lies with us, try today and impact on a lady's life, on a girl child's life. Thank you so much, Leader Chioma. And again, I want people to maybe show support to us through the link that will leave. I think she will leave the person has the link that she will leave, because you can reach us to make your donations, or you reach any of us, either Pastor or the commissioner, or the Honorable Commissioner, or Sister Chinyerude, myself. I'm available. My Facebook page is there. You can reach us, and then we can do what you want us to do. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, my leader. So it's a call for everyone. It's a call for you. It's a call for I. Of course, Honorable Commissioner, if she would tell you, I have already donated part of what they are using, tomorrow. And also, there is also a particular woman that, our 5-star director, SD Oluchi. I want to appreciate her, use this meeting to also appreciate her. She donated over 53, I think, yes, she donated 53 calcium for this campaign.
Wow.
So it's not about us. It's not about me. It's about the woman. It's about the girl child. So let's support this particular campaign. We are saying it's one girl, one pad. That is what we are. One girl, one pad. Like I said, we are here to represent you. If you want us to go to your community, we have representatives in South Africa. You can reach our leader, Polani. We have representatives in New York. Olibibe is there, New Jersey, everywhere, Maryland. If you want us to go and pad the homeless, we are here. You want us to pad the girls in your church, teenagers, we are here, and also to educate them. You want us to go to your community. You want us to go to your old boys, old girls association to pad the teachers of your beloved alma mater. We are here. We're just saying one girl, one woman, one pad. And
old boys have wives.
Yes, they have wives.
I said old boys have wives and daughters too. They can bless their wives and their daughters.
Yeah, so the calcium is also I call on, our friends, and you as the woman who is also here, maybe you are here, you were invited for this meeting because it's about women's health, and you have gotten the knowledge today. What do? Switch your brand, start using the good part. So if you want to purchase this part, you can contact any of our leaders here, reach out to us, just go and buy this part. If someone invited you, reach out to them and ask them, how can I get this part? How can I support this movement? So finally, I want to, welcome leader Pauline to come and give us her last word and answer some of the questions we have, because this is a very critical issue. Like someone asked, can a girl of 12 years use the sanitary napkin? Pauline, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here, leadership. I'm here.
Okay, your camera is off.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, sorry. My leader. Okay, all right, she's here. So if you have your question, please, this is time for you to, throw in those questions, bring in your question. We are here to answer. So leader, someone asks, can a girl of 12 years use the magnetic pad?
Yes, most definitely. My child is 12. She's been using it for like 2 years now. Fine. Perfectly fine.
All right. So
remember, we need to understand. Leaders, you see, I've gotten this question a lot of times. We need to understand. If you think that a 12-year-old cannot, or you have to ask if a 12-year-old can use a sanitary napkin of good quality, think again. Are we going to, if I was going to say no, then are you going to go to a retail store and get a bad pad that's going to contribute to your daughter getting some sort of gynecological disease? So we need to change and shift the mindset of the way when we ask, can a 12-year-old use a sanitary napkin? We need to weigh the options. It's either the good quality pad or the one that's very questionable.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much for that wise answer. Yes, because kids are also exposed to infection. I remember as a school owner, a parent, came to tell me that the child contacted a little child, of about, 9 years, contacted infection, and she's been treated. Why? Yes. Because of, a woman, we can't just talk this enough. Even though you say, okay, my toilet is very clean, I take care of my convenience and all that. What about the chemicals you use? What about the chemicals we use? So this is a call for everyone. Use good sanitary napkin, use the panty liner, very important. But I think I'll also ask this question. Please, can a woman who is pregnant use this pant liner so that we can also give the right information? Okay.
No.
A big no. A big no. Capital, bold, underline, highlighted, no.
No.
Okay. All right. So you've heard it today. If you are pregnant, don't use the pant liner. If you are an expectant mother, you are trusting to conceive, you should ask the leader, ask questions. You will be guided as a woman who wants to conceive, when to use it. Maybe you want to use it to treat infection, you'll be guided. And that is part of the things we'll be doing. When we go out there, we will educate.
Creating awareness.
Yes, ma'am, because there are a lot of women, the result of their infertility is because of untreated infection. It has been there. So they need to cleanse their system, treat that infection with this, then open up.
And when you're saying untreated infection, leadership, the other dangers about untreated infection is some kind of kidney disease. Women are leading when it comes to chronic kidney disease because of what? One of them being untreated UTIs. So it's also about the kidneys as well. It's about so many things, but the kidney is also involved in that as well.
Wow. We can see, we can hear. So please, do we have any other question? Do we have any other question? Because we'll be rounding up. I want to quickly check on Facebook. If you are here, you want to ask a question, you can raise your hand.
The next question is, don't we get vitamin D from the sun in Africa? That's the question.
Oh, yes, I saw that. But the thing is, leaders we need to understand. The sun, right? Yes, you get the sun's rays, right? They touch your skin, and then your skin can convert the sun rays to vitamin D. Fine, but there's this other thing of too much sun exposure as well. Okay, so the vitamin D, you can get it in more than enough of it from our Astro Sub Reviver. Okay, our Astro Sub Reviver is jam-packed with the vitamin D, and I always encourage people to take the Astro Sub. Yes, my leader, along with the calcium.
Okay.
The Astro Sub along with the calcium. They are like twins, brothers and sisters.
Oh, wow. Wow. Thanks for that knowledge too. Okay, so since we don't have any other question, I would want you to wrap. Okay, someone said, what's the advantages of this sanitary towel during, is it monthly cycle?
Yes.
Okay, during menopause. Okay. During menopause. Yeah.
Remember, menopause means that it's also about the hormones. Okay. And menopause means what? It means, if you it's called the seven sisters of menopause. One of them being you are irritable, you are just somebody that people don't want to, you don't want people. Okay, you are always aggressive. So that means an imbalance of hormones. So our sanitary napkin, remember, it balances the hormones. Okay. So that's how it helps with the menopause. It balances the hormones. You are less aggressive. You are less moody.
Oh, wow. Wow. Thank you so much. So we can see you can use it. And also, some women, I come across them and they say, no, I know I've entered menopause. I don't need this. I'll tell them, use the panty liner. Yes. You saw Leader Polendo, before we draw the curtain for today, what is your last word for everyone that joined us on Zoom, those on Facebook, about this campaign and movements and about our health generally?
Yes, this campaign is beautiful. I've actually started this campaign in August, the month of August, July. Okay, I've been traveling around with the Department of Education. Okay, so they invite me to various schools with them. So I've noticed, because I know about, ladies don't know, and even men don't know why female cancers and gynecological problems are so high. Remember, some 30 years ago, women, we used to use what? Cloth, right? And we washed them. So back then, gynecological problems were not so rife. Now, with the introduction of poor quality sanitary napkins from the shops, now it's what? It's fine. So the long sanitary napkin is there to what? To mitigate that problem of gynecological problems, be it infertility, dysmenorrhea, all female cancers. It minimizes your risk. Hence, I say the type of sanitary napkin you use is actually equal to how long you live. Because remember, cervical cancer or cancer cuts down how long you live, right? So if you are meant to live till you're 75, but then you were busy using poorly developed sanitary napkins, you shorten your lifespan. All right. And then when it comes to the calcium, please be advised. With the calcium, you need to take it along with food. Okay, not on an empty stomach. The reason being, calcium needs the juices from the stomach juices. All right, the acids from the stomach juices. Okay, to break it down. So calcium right now is the only supplement that's in long range that you can take with food, whereas the others you take them at least on an empty stomach. So that's all that I have to say, my leaders.
Oh,
I've got too much to say.
Yes, and I know a day is not enough. That is why we are also inviting people for the second edition of Party Girl Woman Challenge campaign that is coming up on the 16th. And one thing I also want to share that I love about this long range calcium is that it is chewable. So I'm telling you, so nice, milky taste. Yes, children love it a lot. You love it, but remember, there is a caution today, take along with food, because so many of us, because of the taste, we just want to take it on empty stomach. There's a question we have here, leader, before we draw the cut. It says, what can treat persistent periods after using contraceptive? Then I will give room after that. I will give room to a leader to who wants to ask a question. Yeah. Okay, another, okay. Maybe you handle these two together. One, the first one is what can treat persistent periods after using contraceptive? Then the second question is, can an 11-year-old girl that has not started period use panty liner?
No.
But she hasn't started her period. Why would you use panty liners?
Okay.
We need to think about this very logically. Yeah. She hasn't started, she's not there yet, hormonally. So now you introduce something that balances hormones and does this, that. No, only introduce it once it started with the period, rather.
Okay. That's true.
And then the lady that says, the leader that's asking about the contraception. Yeah. Obviously the longish pads and panty liners, and you need to add the Dreamy Beauty capsules, which is also now known as Menquin or Maintain, or you can also use berry oil. They will really help you with your reproductive system.
Okay. Then, for example, I know what she's trying to talk about. You know, when someone, there are people that have these cases after using contraceptive, they'll be having heavy flow. And some of them, they'll notice that their menstruation don't stop anymore. They'll be having consistent menstrual flow. Said, can this pad and panty liner treat such cases? And
with prolonged
I would say yes. I have somebody, yes, that has heavy flow. I have a testimony. She bought the panty line, made her buy the pad. Actually, it was the heavy. She wanted the heavy one. I gave her she said she flows so heavy. She used to double her pads. So I told her,
my friend was also like that.
So she used to double her pad. I said, try this one. So she doubled her pad. And then used it. It wasn't filled up. She doubled and she saw that it wasn't. So it regulated her period.
Wow.
Her period became regular. She said, okay, this thing works. Wow. And then when I was doing a sale somewhere, she came and said, you guys know what is good for you. You guys start buying. So after that, I've sold more than a box of that pad. So it will regulate your period. If you are flowing heavily, it will surely regulate it for you. I will tell you that because I have a friend.
And my leader, I also have a friend who the same story. She also used to double, and she went 14 days in a month. So she would go 7 days, and it would stop for maybe a week and go another 7 days. During her second month of using our pads and panty liners, she now only goes 4 days only in a month. Only 4 days, not 14.
Regulation.
Wow. So it works. And of course, we know that this particular sanitary napkin we're talking about is pure organic. And someone is asking, I think it should be the same person or a follow-up to that question about 11-year-old that uses sanitary napkin. And he said, what if the 11-year-old is sexually active? Maybe the person is already exposed. But this is part of our movement. This is part of the campaign. We need to go out there and help our young ones. We need to go out there and reach out, and support them. Let's know the reason why an 11-year-old will be going out there, exposing herself, going after men and all that. That is part of the movement. That is why we women, we are coming together, supporting each other. And of course, if an 11-year-old is already exposed and the 11-year-old has infection, I will advise, please go for medical checkup, especially when that 11-year-old has not started menstruating. So please, women, men, this is a movement that each and every one of us, we should come together, and be part of. It is so pathetic. I am telling you, it is, it's getting me too emotional at this moment. But yes, our part is to go out there and see what we can do. So I hope that answered your question. We have one more question to go. There's a leader that has been raising her hand. Okay, someone said, can we carry out this? Okay, you can ask your question here. If you want to unmute yourself, leader. Chimamanda, you want to unmute yourself or you want me to read it out? He said, how can one carry out this movement in a local area like Aba in Nigeria? Your local area? Yes. Okay, I think you can, after this meeting, you can contact Lady Eke, Lady Stella Eke. Nigerian Girls Guides Association, they are everywhere. It's a voluntary organization. So you can contact her, we can contact, the Girls Guide in Aba, in your community, and see how, because part of their movement this year is to go and educate young women, older women, per the girl. That is their move. So you can contact her, or later after this meeting, you can also contact the leaders here. Like Leader Polani has already shared, she has been on this movement since August. She can share brilliant ideas with you. And we're having so many questions coming. Say, please, I have a 10-year-old girl using her panty liner cause of infection, and the mom is always getting it for her. Please, I think you should discontinue. I don't know if I'm correct, Leader. A 10-year-old using the panty liner for infection. What do you have to say, Leader?
Where are they getting this infection from? Because even the we've got other options for infections.
Okay. Okay, so if the child is
it depends
already
on the, I would say it depends on the type of infection this child has. And sometimes, like, I will tell people, it's good to go to the doctor, seek medical advice at this time, because you can, some things are good to seek medical attention. It depends on the infection of this child. Seek medical attention before you start treating that child. So you take this child to see the doctor, and let the doctor see this child and treat this issue. That's my advice on that, please.
Yeah,
thank you.
Quite saying, you said exactly what it's supposed to be. The mother supposed to, by now, the mother needs to discontinue.
Yeah.
That is because it seems like the infection is being consistent. So they need to go and see a guy and know exactly what is actually going wrong with the child. They need to go and see a specialist to actually examine the child, because this has been like something that is very consistent. So they need to discontinue using that, because telling me a child of 10 years using
sanitary panty liner. Seek medical attention.
They need to. And again, one thing again, all these supplements that we are taking, we need to also seek our primary care.
Primary care attention. Yes.
Attention for all these supplements, because these supplements, if you are on special medication, you have no right to stop taking your medication for these supplements.
Yeah.
So anything that we do, we also need to seek advice of our primary physicians.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. That's a very good one to crown, what we did today. So we can't just finish, everything today. So we are also having another edition of Party Girl. You've known what the movement is about. Please go and spread it, and please let people be here. Both men, women, young girls, invite them. The second edition is coming up on the 16th of October. And this is the meeting ID. We'll also be sharing it. And of course, we'll also have wonderful women that will be here also sharing this, sharing with us this amazing opportunity and what we need to do. So this is the costume we are recommending. This is the costume we are talking to us about. And what are we asking you today? Just one girl, one pad. One girl, one pad. A pack of the pad we recommended today is $6. And of course, in some country, I think Leader Polani can help us tell us how much it costs in South Africa. And I know in Nigeria it's 2,000 Naira. So it's just 2,000 Naira for one pad. So you can decide to say, okay, I want to contribute to this movement to pad 10 girls. That is 10,000 Naira only. You can decide, okay, let me give out a box to pad, all the girls in, my local church. That is a wonderful thing. A box is 92 USD and is 31,500 Naira. You can decide. Like I have a friend I shared it with. She said, wow, how can I start? Even little. I said, you can start with sharing a pad to your girls' mates, her classmates. I said, go and check out how many girls she has. If she's in a school that has 32 girls, and you find out that maybe out of 32, 15 are girls, I say you can just, with a box, you have been able to reach out and also educate them. Remember, it's not about sharing this part, but it's also an opportunity to educate our young women about the risk of not using good sanitary napkins. So that is why we are here today. We are calling on you. We're calling on everybody that is concerned about the woman's health. And like I said earlier on, if you are here today and someone invited you to this meeting and you've not been using the sanitary napkin and you want to start using it, please reach out to that person and find out how you can get, our sanitary napkin, how you can get this sanitary napkin we're talking about. If you want to support the Girls Guide Association, their movement, please reach out to us. We'll also give you the contact of, Lady Eke. You reach out to her. You want to, sponsor their movement. The Girl Child Day is coming up on the 11th. Please, I want every woman here that day. Please, let's raise one part like this, put on social media. Please, on that 11th of October, let's do something. If you have your t-shirt, that day is National Party Girl. You can come live on Facebook, just talk about the woman's health. Talk about the woman's health. That is what we want to encourage. And if you want to know more about, some of this, you want to know, you want to have detailed information about the sanitary napkin or the calcium, please, you can follow Leader Polani on YouTube. Leader Polani, what's your YouTube handle?
Oh, it is Pulani Longreach Product Specialist.
Okay, so you can reach
Pulani
her and also
Product Specialist.
Okay, so you can reach her and also get more information so that you can equip yourself to go out there and educate people. So for us today, for all the leaders that came, I appreciate you all. For all our speakers, thank you, Leader Pulani. Thank you, Leader Oge. Thank you, Leader Chinyere. Thank you, Lady Eke. You're such a wonderful person. Oh, I appreciate you all. Thank you all my co-hosts for helping out, dictating all the questions. Leader Olebube, I appreciate you. And for everyone that joined, I appreciate it. Let's Leader Pulani. Yes.
Every Mondays, which is every Mondays, I also do training on the Longreach TV network. That training lasts about an hour, and this coming Monday, I'm doing training on bone health. So I would love everybody to be there every Mondays on the Longreach TV network.
Okay, all right. So we will also share it. If you're on that page, please share it and let everyone know, because this is a campaign. It concerns our health. So we all have to be involved. Our own part is to ensure that people get the right information. That is our part. So thank you everyone for joining. Those that joined us from US, UK, we saw you. Those on Facebook, we saw you that joined from Nigeria, Malawi, Botswana. We are so pleased. Without you, this
Malabo, we have people from Malabo too.
Keep dropping it. Can you please start dropping it? Start dropping it. Let's celebrate you all. Keep dropping it where you joined from.
You guys are wonderful people. We appreciate you all. Thank you for joining us. We thank you from wherever you joined us for this program. From Zambia. Oh my goodness. We are from
welcome, Barbara.
We are grateful from UK. We thank you from Ghana, South Africa. We appreciate every one of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We appreciate from Lesotho. Oh my God, we reached the world today. We reached the world today. This is beautiful. Thank you so much, great people.
Thank you.
We appreciate you.
Cameroon too. Great.
From Cameroon too. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You guys are wonderful people. From France. Woo, woo, woo. Woo, from Kenya. Oh my God, presented. Thank you so much, good people. Wow. Thank you, people.
The lead partners.
Oh my
Thank
God.
you.
Oh, from Australia. Can you see that? From New York.
God. Yes, sure.
From Australia, from New York. We got people here. Thank you, people.
Yeah, we've got people
Thank
here.
you so much.
We have people that are concerned about the woman's health. So let's go out there and make a difference.
From Dallas, we appreciate you. We appreciate you from Dallas. From Canada, we appreciate you. Thank you from Kenya, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Coming.
Wow.
Thank you
you
for
so
coming.
much.
Thank you for
Thank you for
coming.
coming, and see
Thank
you in
you
the
for
next
coming.
edition on the 16th. Please do us a
Thank you.
favor. Go on your social media. If you gained something today, hashtag the quote or whatever you get, and hashtag
From
Party
Ohio,
Girl.
USA, thank you.
From
From
what?
Washington, thank you.
Great.
Thank you so much, leaders. Thank you, great people from Sierra Leone. Oh my goodness, oh my
My
God, we
goodness.
appreciate each one of you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for making this a success. We appreciate you all. Thank you so much, people. Thank you.
Thank you. Please
Thanks for
go
coming, everyone.
on. Whatever you learned today, if it was your first time to know that loss of memory is caused by calcium deficiency,
Calcium as
if
well.
you had today, the record about cervical cancer, if you had today polydeveloped sanitary napkin, what is doing, please hashtag Party Girl and post the quote. Share with us, please tag our name, Leader Polani, tag her name, tag my name, tag Leader Oge. Let's spread this news. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Have a
Bye.
great weekend, people. We appreciate you, leaders.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
great people. Thank you, great people.
Bye.